In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of our Tribe Social groups. I'm going to walk through each of the tabs that are available and some best practices on how to use them. To get started, head over to the Groups tab in your dashboard, and you can either open an existing group or even create your own group here. So I'm going to go ahead and just use this EDC. So this is everyday carry gear. If you're into, this is kind of our demo here. If you're into outdoors, just electronic gear, things like that, we have a little group here that we use as a test. So I'm going to use this as my example, and we'll walk through each of these tabs. So when you click into that, all of your tabs can be enabled or disabled on a per group basis. So each group can potentially be used for different things. Sometimes you want a community feed. Sometimes you're going to want to have all your events displayed. Other times you may not want to have those. So you can actually set up each group specifically to match kind of the needs of what you want to do with that group. So we're going to go through the community tab first. This is going to be your feed. So if I click into this group on our web app, it's this community feed right here. So people can click in here, they can post into the group, and that allows people just to build connection. This is always the first tab that we always have on the far left, because that's the first thing that's open when you open the app. Here's another example of a community group, and you'll notice that we have these really cool categories up here. So this is a options trading group, and so they have things like alerts, like trades closed. They have two different cohorts, 101 questions, 102 questions. And so, and then when someone clicks create a new post, they can actually choose from these different categories here as well. So the way that those go in, initially when you open this, you're going to get all wins and questions. It's kind of our default post categories. So when you open it, it's just going to be those three. If you would like those to be changed, just please email help@tribesocial.io, and we'll go ahead and change it for you from our end. We don't have a way at this point to have that be set inside the dashboard, but we can go ahead and just set it up for you in the app directly. Next up, we have the Events tab. So this tab can be used to place and embed code inside of the group. I'll show you what that looks like here. Here we're using Add Event. Add Event is our recommended tool for all upcoming events, and it embeds really nicely right here. For this group, you can see that the Events tab is checked, and then here we have an event URL. So this is the Add Event URL we recommend. You can technically use a Google Calendar if you want a free option, but Add Event just works really great, and you can get a share link from there, and you just paste that link in there, and that is what will add it to your app in the Events tab. We like Add Event. There's other videos on how to set up Add Event, but you can have your members can subscribe to calendars. You can add it to all of these different calendars, and it's just a great way to keep everybody on a unified calendar. Next up, we have the training tab, and so you can enable this, and what this is going to do is create a training area for people to go through very structured content. If you can imagine, if you've got just live streams that are happening weekly, those are sort of live events where you're doing Q&A, or maybe you're teaching into different content. But a lot of times when people come into a group, you want them to go through some structured content, different modules, lessons that they can make their way through. So training tab is what we use for that feature. In this example, this customer has called it curriculum. You can rename this however you want. Just go ahead and again, let us know at help@tribesocial.io if you want to change it to anything but training. And so in here, you'll see that we have these different modules that can be opened and closed, and then your progress is tracked. So I can see that I've completed 4 out of the 7 videos here. If I click into this, I will get to a specific piece of content, and my kind of modules will stay over here to the left, and I can mark things as completed. So that is going to be for all of your structured content. The way that you get content in here, we'll have another video of how to build out a curriculum, but you're going to create collections and assign those collections to a group, and then they're just going to show up here in the curriculum section here. So also you'll see people have their progress up here, so you can see exactly where you are as far as your progress through that course. Next up, we'll talk about the replay tab here. The replay tab is something you can use for those live streams. So if you are meeting every Tuesday at 2 p.m., this is a great tab where you can just have all of those replay Zoom recordings available. So maybe people have bought into a program and now they're going to access their structured content over in the training tab. But then you've got these regular like weekly meetings that are happening. So you can use the replay tab for that. It's anything that's happened before this current moment. So you'll see all these different training calls for this example client. This client as well has all of their kind of Zoom calls that they've had, their live streams. And so this is a great way if people just want to catch up on what's been happening. They'll see sort of a reverse chronological list of all those calls, and they can click into these and watch those videos. Lastly, the main tab we'll look at here is called Next Steps. So this is just something you can have to provide additional links to someone, to a user. For this client, they have called it resources. So they have specific links they have for people to get to, important links. And then down here, they even got some upsell opportunities where people can purchase additional coaching here, and they have different links to add that. To set up the next steps, you're just going to go down here to the next steps, hit add new. You can upload an image. That image will show up here on the left. You can have a title. That title will be this dark, where it says outer game coaching call. CTA button is your call to action. So what is that button they're going to say, and then where is it going to go? So you can have a call to action button text where you say like click here to sign up, and then you can have a link. You could send them to a Calendly, to a funnel, and then on the description side, you can even write in a little paragraph of content there, and then add additional items here, and those will all show up in your resources tab. So a great way if you've got other resources you need to send to clients that are kind of outside of the structured content, outside of those repeating live stream content, it's just sort of general links they need to have. And especially for upsells, if they're in a beginner's content at some point course, then you want to get them to upgrade into something else. That could be something that you have at the bottom of that list, like, hey, ready for more? Click here, it takes them to the funnel, and they can keep progressing through your courses. So that's what I'll end with right there. Those are the main tabs that we would recommend using. There are some new tabs coming, and typically we'll create a video for those and add that to our help articles, so you can always have a great guide on how to use each of those. So if you have any questions on anything I touched on, you can always reach out to your CS contact or just email help@tribesocial.io.